Hello everyone, I'm HeroDev, and welcome back to another Frontier update. This update is called the Conduit update, and this update was all about shields. So, I want to explain real quickly how the system was before. And before, the system was a very simple shield system, and it was fine for what it was. It was the everyday regular shield you've seen in other games. It acts as a second health bar, it's over your health, and it can regenerate. That's pretty much what shields were. But shields have changed because this is no longer a second health bar. It now is a separate health bar for a different entity. Your actual shield, a physical shield. So if I were to press T, you will see that I have my shield out. And for those who have been keeping track on Twitter, you would know that this shield is called the pedal shield, and this shield, or my Discord too, if you see my Discord you'd also be familiar with this model. This is the pedal shield, and this shield has a special effect, and I'll go into that a little bit later into the video. So this is how shields are working. As we have our shield out, we cannot get hit from the front. From our red health bar cannot take damage, but you're seeing our blue health bar is of the shield, and if we put away our shield, we actually regenerate it back. And if our shield, as you can see, takes some damage real quick, and if we don't do anything, we don't get hit by anything on the shield for a little bit, you'll see that our shield regenerates. So you can see that the shield mechanics have changed quite significantly. And if your shield is not up, obviously your health will take damage, as you guys can see right there with the red health bar going down. So if you want to defend against something, you have to pull up your shield and take a bit of a movement penalty for this. And I would like to also point out that you cannot wall sprint, and you cannot sprint while your shield is up. So you do have to sacrifice movement for the sake of defense. And this is a understandable kind of, I guess you could say, kind of situation where you should have to sacrifice something for this defense, but you're gaining something really unique with this defense, and that's why I'm going to talk about now. The shield isn't just a shield that just defends you, it has something else that makes it quite interesting, and it gives it a skill ceiling, and that is shield bashing and parrying. If I hit the left mouse button, I can shield bash, and this shield bash is very interesting because if you hit a projectile, not a hit scan gun, but a projectile, any projectile at a certain window for that shield bash, you will parry. And when you perform a parry, you gain a very special buff. The buff is called Perfect Parry. Perfect Parry is a buff that grants shield invulnerability, and during that time, your shield will turn white. So I'll demonstrate that right now. My shield is white, and you can see the animations even changed. And during this, you take no damage, and you may notice that because you don't see any blue numbers appearing. So you see the blue numbers appearing there, and the bar going down, but if I parry, you can see I'm not taking any blue damage. You don't see any blue health numbers because there's no damage being taken, and it's invulnerable, which makes your shield very powerful when in the right hands who knows how to parry. So I wanted to kind of have this skill ceiling. Shields in the game all have this unique thing. Now, you may notice something. What in the world did I just see? You're probably wondering, what is this? What is that? What are those green things coming out of it? What is that? Well, that is another mechanic of the game. Every time you parry, each shield kind of has its own unique parry effect. The parry effect that this shield has is it sends out petals to seek its attacker, and it hits the attacker upon going out and connecting with the projectile. And when you connect with the projectile like that, it will seek out who fired it out. And obviously these projectiles will deal damage. You don't see any because this object it's not just set up to show damage numbers, but do know that these do communicate damage. And I will make sure of that in the future. There you go. But you can see I also went for the extra detail to actually show visual representation. You know, there's animations now added, and there's particle effects. So you see I'm adding a lot more things, and you'll be noticing this is a trend with more updates throughout the year. The update I'm working on currently has this trend, and you'll see that next week. But this is overall the Conduit update. The Conduit update was all about adding spice to shields, adding a unique mechanic that you haven't seen in an FPS game before. And I'm hoping that this is something that you guys are interested in and find impactful. And I really want to hear your opinions on this, guys, and I really want to see if you guys like this idea. I would like to point out one game design and one balancing thing, that currently there is a cooldown for this, but right now it's very short just for this build to show it off. There will be a cooldown, and that cooldown will be visible through your UI. So I will point that out for you guys. You won't be always able to shield bash like this. I believe there's like a 2-second cooldown on it right now, or 1. So you guys can see that there will be a cooldown for this. And to make this less broken, in a way, constantly keep trying to swat it away. So yeah, just to let you guys know, there will be a cooldown for balancing reasons, obviously. But this is the entire update. There's one other little thing I want to show you too. In the event your shield is depleted of health, you'll be hit with something called a break debuff. The break debuff increases all damage you take as a player. So, essentially opens you up for extra damage to allow you to potentially be finished off if you aren't careful. So I would highly recommend your shield not drop to 0. When your shield is low or just not in use, it will always regen once you put it away. And if your shield is up and it takes damage, and it doesn't take damage for a period of time, which I'll give it some time, you see that it regenerates back. So that's how the shield works. It can regenerate itself, and if it gets taken out, it can in fact come back after a 10-second or I believe 15-second cooldown right now. So guys, I wanted to show you something quite interesting, an interesting functionality that I noticed that I actually like, and I'm definitely keeping. So one thing that's pretty cool is that if you shield bash and get the perfect parry buff, you can actually switch back to your gun and then switch back to your shield and still carry the buff if you've done it within its duration. So if I do something like this, I can switch to a gun, attack, and then switch back, and I'm still invulnerable, which is really, really cool. And I thought that was just like a really interesting thing that you can do, and I think, I imagine people would definitely try and do stuff like that, like where you go like that, grab it, and then switch back really quickly, and then switch back here, to gain like the invulnerability frames to be aggressive during that buff. So I thought that was actually really cool. I just kind of wanted to show that off, like just how it's working. In this particular exported game build, there is a few bugs like this. You can actually bring up your shield while you're wall sprinting. But yeah, stuff like that are stuff that I'm really liking that are possible, and the game feels very creative and open at the moment, and I like that. I like the fact that the game is feeling like it's slowly coming together in its own unique way. And one thing I also want to point out too is that I actually did some graphics touch-ups this update, and I did some changes, which is probably very obvious. The lighting in the game probably looks infinitely better, and I hope you guys do like that. I've been improving the post-processing effects and a lot of other stuff. But and also too, more stuff are coming. More graphical updates are constantly coming. They're just stuff that I don't talk about in the updates too much, because we would be here for a while if I went in and talking about all the changes and why I made certain changes. But this is the update. I hope you guys are happy at looking at the progress of the game. You can see all the attention to detail. There's actually light affecting things here. All the little particle effects of the shockwave. I'm not close enough. That, like, little shockwave. Again, I know it could look better, but I was just putting that there just to give an idea, for let you all know like how the game can look, you know, with better particle systems in the future. These are just kind of placeholders. So again, that's kind of what you're seeing here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really hope you guys are enjoying Frontier. I am hopefully trying to be more active on social media. It's just hard to be active and develop the game at the same time. I really do apologize for that. I really wish I had someone to help me with that, because it's difficult to work on all this stuff and not have, you know, any help on the social media aspect of things. of like posting my latest stuff. I am trying my best, and I hope that you guys can bear with me, but I really have been working hard at work on these updates, and there should be another update complete by next week, and hopefully a video out the following week. So I hope you guys are ready to see that. I have multiple updates lined up ready, and I can't wait to talk about them, and by the end of this year, I swear, Frontier will be here in its like best state with all of its gameplay mechanics there, and from there, you guys will see how the game will develop once that's all set in stone. So, yeah, this is what Frontier is right now. It's looking really good. I'm really proud of what it's looking like. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you guys in the next development update, which will be about, and I'll pop into this camera. I forgot. This camera's a little bugged, but see if I can show him. Wait, I wonder, is he visible? Oh, you know what? He's not visible, in this build. But, pretty much, if you guys know the little Mycata, the little mushroom boy, he's actually the next update. And, I'm working on him right now, and, you guys can, see that, in the next update. Because he's actually functional currently, and it's pretty neat that now you can, use him, and he does things. So, I'll see you guys then. Hope you guys have a great day. Please follow and like and go through my social media that are in the description. It will help me out a bunch. I really want Frontier to become a big game and something people really enjoy. And I hope that you guys enjoy the game and want to spread it around so that the game can get to be noticed. So see you guys later. I hope you guys have a great day.